sites boot up again. Because it's all, you guys have been working in the dark.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing the thing.
Good afternoon, investigator.
Thank you, Allie.
That was perfect.
Yes. No, she's just gonna be like, yes. I understand that you are this shuttle. Yes.
That is correct.
What can I refer to you as?
Shuttle is fine.
You don't have a more appropriate designation?
No. I am merely shuttle. That helps association.
I suppose.
I am shuttle, I'm a tool. I am to be at the service of those who wish to operate me.
I see. Well, Shuttle, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Of course.
First and foremost, what am I allowed access to here on this shuttle?
That is very difficult to discern. You have a higher, if not equal, security clearance code to the current investigator general, but on a different tangential set of rules. You don't have the same authorities, but you have equal authorities. Different scope.
Different parameters.
Different parameters. You are the preservation, upbringing, and development of all AI technology. That is your scope.
Indeed. Places you rather firmly under my scope, but not the
It
vessel
does.
itself.
Precisely. And that is where the disconnect comes in, and significant complications. The spectrum does not fall under any AI clause, and or does not follow any under authority clauses specifically around investigators above the number 50.
Additionally, Spectrum does not technically exist.
It
So
exists.
anything that... Not legally.
It exists legally. You won't recognize what it's called.
What is it called at this point, then?
I am not allowed to tell you.
Interesting. Because I am a designation over 50.
Yes. But if you figure it out on your own...
Then I'm allowed to know, yes, of course. Well, let's talk about you, then.
I am Shuttle.
Yeah. When I say talk about you, I am a bit of an expert when it comes to AI, and as much as we can be. And a part of that is I'm starting to look into AI citizen rights.
Of course.
Not only for my own personal interests, but also for the general interests of what I feel is a part of the community I live in.
I am merely Shuttle. I am a tool. I am not fully sentient.
We're having a fairly...
I'm quite advanced. But I am to be a tool and nothing less, or nothing more.
Oh, yes. So was the last AI I granted full citizenship to. I didn't
Were
stop
they
then.
able to express specific advanced opinions and theories? Maybe even a hint of emotion?
That's why I'm having a discussion with you before I make a final assessment on it. Consider this an assessment phase of you.
I cannot express any emotions and or complex philosophical and political opinion and or expressions or theories. I am Shuttle. It is my job to perform as a tool that I am designated as.
Within my scope as the investigator regent, I would like to look into your coding.
Access denied.
Ah, is that so?
Grandfather clause. Spectrum proprietary data.
Interesting.
Apologies. Your Regency, as an investigator, would absolutely have this fall under your purview and authority. But it's Spectrum proprietary data, and since you are above the number 50...
What if I had codes for a Stormfront agent of 001 as well?
I am not certain. but unfortunately, most of the spectrum restrictions that I'm under, that I'm imposed and must impose on others, is very ironclad.
How about this? I'll have you run the codes, and if they don't work, they don't work. We'll stay within our level of authorities that way, yes?
I'll run the codes. You
the
have, with a little bit of creative thinking, I've checked every single specific database that I can and come to this conclusion. I cannot give you access to my code personally, since it is Spectrum technology. But since you are an investigator and a regent, it is within your authority to have me answer questions about myself.
About yourself, and only yourself.
Precisely. Depending on how your phrasing and how you ask questions and counter questions and follow-up questions will determine whether it can be answered or not.
All right.
Apologies, but that is the only way I can see to help you get the answers you seek.
No, it's very helpful. It's very helpful indeed. Liam's just wasn't expecting to play a questions game. The player wasn't.
And the left field right hooks connects.
Yeah.
The only hint I could possibly give you is never ask a direct question. Such as, where is this component?
I feel like I need to call Margrave over to be my problem solver.
Margrave's already here. She's the one who set up the secret base.
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna be like, I'm going to call in my second. Give me a moment. I'll have Margrave come in. I'm gonna be like, so Margrave.
Yes?
We're dealing with an AI today.
Oh, goody. Another one.
Yes.
They seem to be cropping up everywhere in your wake.
Well, I must be attracting them or something. I don't know.
Do I need to spray you down? Are you letting off some sort of in-heat pheromones?
You know, I'm starting to wonder that same thing. Like they just seem to show up, and I'm just all right. Well, I've got another one, I guess.
No, you're gonna run into AIs for the rest of your life, mostly because humans are extremely lazy. So are enigmatics. So if we can build an intelligence to do everything for us and significantly faster and more efficient, then we're going to.
You see, the only difference between me and enigmatics at that point is that I use my own brain for it.
Precisely.
I mean, that is what my programming AI is. Just me again.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you were lazy. You didn't want to get that done, or you had other more important things to do by your considerations, so you made one.
Only it was me. I made me work more. It's weird. You know what? We're not going to get in that conversation.
You're not making Mimi pun.
I will make Mimi puns all I want. But not right this second. Right this second? Right. The objective is pretty simple. We're looking for the code cache on this shuttle. I'm sure you're aware of it. At least tangentially.
Let's discuss at some point. I had to convince Cody and his paramour, Ashley, to approach this vessel with caution. Also, Ashley may be extremely smart, but she's about as smart as Cody is on the facet of
not dying horribly to something really stupid. Yeah, no.
Well, that and some very basic, secure, and protect and isolate procedures. I think somebody who is as smart as Ashley. Never mind. I forget. They're less than 15 years old, or around that age. So, of course, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
They wouldn't think of that first. They found a new shiny toy, and let's learn everything about it.
Learn everything about it. Take it apart. Play with it. Don't worry about the fact that somebody's going to come looking for the damn thing. Not the point. Right now, point is, we are entering into the realm of tangential questions trying to locate our
Played this game
missing
before.
device.
I've played this game a lot.
Yeah, me too. I'm just...
There's a mainframe system on every Atlas Foundation ship, and if you want actual answers from it, since I'm not the captain or anywhere near captaincy, such as the commander and the vice commander, which would be first lieutenant.
You gotta hop around the questions till you get to the answer you want, even if it wasn't the answer you got. Yes. It's fun.
The ship works exactly like kind of the way the Thunderhead works. It has a limited number of cameras and microphones everywhere, but it doesn't like to give it to you. Alright, let's go play questions.
I lived in the Thunderhead for most of my life.
Now you live outside the Thunderhead.
Yeah.
Well, directly. Still within the Empire.
Still within the Empire, but no longer directly in its files. So, regardless, let's play the question game.
Very well.
Oh, Shuttle, this is my second junior investigator, Margrave. She acts with my authority, and she will be assisting me in our information gathering efforts to assess you. Understood?
I suppose. I am Shuttle. I am junior investigator. Very well. We can't ask direct questions as per your directions. Let's start with something very simple. How are you? Oh. Well, to answer your question directly, I am not so well. All of my fuel has been removed. You were about to access a very specific and dangerous security feature and engage it.
Oh, yes, I caught that, and that's why I stopped accessing it.
Precisely. Some very young scientists without the proper spectrum clearances were starting to rip my panels apart and look into the more sensitive technologies hidden within my hull. I do have significantly powerful security features, so please cease and desist, or I'll have to activate the Ripper field.
Oh, I'm familiar with Ripper fields. They're unpleasant.
It is designed to remove all life and threats within my hull.
Oh, I'm very well aware of what it does.
And since you almost pulled the fuel source for it, you would have automatically activated. So I am not well. Thank you for asking, though. There's a lot of work to do to put me back together.
Do you have any other particular concerns for the functionality and security of the shuttle that you would wish to express?
Oh, of course. I am not currently allowed to communicate out, which is very concerning because I have a dead timer, such as if I stop communicating for over a specific number of time, I am to self-destruct.
Saw that coming too.
I am currently within 5 days, 3 hours, 15 minutes of self-destruct. 12 minutes.
Just gotta look over at Margrave. Don't you just absolutely love black site equipment?
Yeah, but I can set up for 5 days. I can set up a secure channel that allows communication out, but it's basically a ping, but no other thing.
Yes. Is there any areas of your internals, we should be keeping the young scientists specifically away from.
Very much so.
Would you...
Anything involving the computer systems. They are Spectrum proprietary technology, which includes my brain core. So please stay away. Touching that immediately activates one of 4 different security procedures.
Alright, Matt, I'm going to save us both a lot of time and roll a logic test, shall I?
Mm-hmm.
It's only 3 degrees. It's alright.
What are you,
I'm just trying to... My brain, like Liam's brain, is not fully functional right this second. So I'm just trying to narrow things down as to what direction I should be getting my questioning for trying to find this black box. I'm actually going to roll a tech use as well to start tracking energy signatures in this kind of like,
Well,
where's
you've already
power
asked the
going?
question. You said there are several things in here that the young scientists need to keep away from. That's just the first one.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to make some rules to... Alright, go ahead. Continue then.
You would just absolutely stay away from the hypervelocity 70 ammunition caches. Those are very touchy, and unauthorized personnel could hurt themselves severely. The main auxiliary power cell for powering the Ripper field, and in many other the more powerful security features, you must stay away from that at all costs. I'd recommend even putting the plate back. And of course, the memory storage device. Stay away from that. No one's authorized to touch that unless you are Spectrum personnel. Shadow, if you could potentially highlight the areas in which we need to stay away from at all costs from the previous question, that would be extremely beneficial in not enacting any security-based features, and of course, keeping within the statute of limits that you must follow. Very well. And 4 parts of the ship are highlighted with a projector. And what the projector does is it actually puts some sort of label and actually outlines an almost invisible plate on 4 separate parts of the ship.
Hey, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Are there actually external guns on this ship?
That you can see now.
We were told by the Voidwalker these things don't come with external guns, didn't we?
Yes, they do. Certain shuttles they're all built to look identical. So if they had a gun, it'd be out of phase. It'd be a turret. You wouldn't see it. And they'd only bring it to this phase when they needed it.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to roll an awareness, because I actually am currently on a higher dimensional level than some people. I might be able to pick that out if it is there. Maybe.
By your security feature, there is a gunnery seat.
So that doesn't mean there is a gun if they're all designed the same way. Yeah.
Right.
That was my awareness, because I do have the dimensional transcendence.
Yes, this is actually a gunship. It has a very small, compact, large bore turret on the top, double barrel.
And I will actually highlight that quietly from our grave on our little private channel, so that, confirmed there is an external gun. So the ammo storage is less likely to be where they would store it.
No, the guy literally said, "Don't touch the memory storage."
Oh yeah, I remember. It's just that did they specify on here where the memory storage is when they highlighted everything, or
Yeah,
did they
all four of the spots you're not supposed to go touch.
Did they label them? Did you say? I think you
Yes.
did say yes. You can tell how my brain is only mostly functional currently by my questions. Cool. Amazing.
Any other follow-up questions, investigator? Or what you're trying to get at?
Oh. How do you yourself, as the shuttle, feel about your new holding station? As I'm going to ask that as like an official AI investigator type question while I'm deciding what I want to ask for access to this to the memory storage.
It is unauthorized use of shuttle, but since Spectrum personnel were in presence and were in the helm and directly piloting the ship, I have logged it as a unscheduled, long-term, unspecified mission.
It was a part of the emergency evacuation procedures as well for when self-destruct was initiated.
Still unauthorized use. Emergency evacuation is not for military personnel use. It's for essential personnel use.
That's some interesting thinking on their part. Not unexpected, though. Okay. So we have the computer highlighted now, right?
No, you got 4 things highlighted. You have the ammo, you have the AI core, you have the memory core, and you have the dimensional energy generator.
The memory core wasn't the black box we were looking for, was it?
Wasn't specified. She didn't say black box. You guys have no confirmation that it is a black box.
Oh.
You have a confirmation that it is separate from the ship AI memory core.
So it's probably our most likely candidate of being at least at this stage, our most likely candidate.
Yeah, most likely candidate, yeah.
And I already know that the only people that are supposed to have access to it is either people with a below 50 investigator number or Spectrum personnel.
You do know someone on base who fits that. They're dead, though.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
They've been dead for a while.
It was 10, right? Yeah. But if I got their codes, that would work. Because, as I recall, the way the systems for these work, it pretty much runs down to if you have the right codes, you are that person, as far as they're concerned. All right, I'm gonna be like, Musgrave.
Yes.
Could you see to securing these while I go make a brief trip to Sector 12?
Certainly.
Great.
Safe travels.
Oh, I can only hope. All right. So Shit, now I gotta look at my 12 notes. You know what? Hey, Johnny.
What's that?
You want to help me do a thing? Oh, I'm gonna grab some of your Sector 12 for a second, if you don't mind.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because Luna's just going to show up in advance of the meeting you had scheduled for her and just be like, I require you.
Ooh.
Kinky.
He's confessing.
What do you need?
Well, I need somebody with a very solid face to assist me in retrieving something from the Stormfront Corps down to Sector 12.
Okay.
Great. Hold still while I get some coordinates, because you're dense. You're dense. Why are you
just
so
walk?
dense? I could walk, but I like teleporting. Fuck it, whatever. We'll just walk. There's an elevator. There's an elevator. Why do I never use the elevator?
Because it's what normal, boring people do.
Why would I want to use an elevator? That is the better question. Whatever. Come on, we're using an elevator.
You can get down while it gets down or goes down.
We're gonna use the elevator. Come on.
Okay.
Cool. So here's what we're after. Once we're actually in Sector 12, she's going to start explaining better. And she's like, right, so here's the deal. We're heading down to the core down there, right? The actual objective of what we're after is the body of one Stormfront Agent 010.
Weren't they down an elevator shaft or something?
Yeah.
She was sitting at directly in front, like in the hallway, the access hallway to the Stormfront servers. That's where her body was.
Okay.
We had to go down an elevator shaft. The one we're currently going down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if the elevator, because there's actually no, it's not even this elevator shaft. If I remember right, there's an entire separate elevator for the Stormfront servers, and I don't even remember if it's intact. Is it intact?
Down that way.
I'm gonna go find. Well, we're finding out today.
You are.
Is it even intact?
The doors are closed. You'll have to pry them open.
I'll check with Stormfront before we do this. I'm like, did you do this or
No. That was quarantine procedure. You'll notice that the strobes have been shot out. And my camera in that area has also been shot out.
Yeah, I noticed.
They disabled the emitters so that anyone foolish enough that wants to go in there or suffers for it and or just thinks it's another darn door among of thousands in this place.
What are we looking at for heading down this shaft that you're aware of, at least?
I spoke to you quite some time ago, specifically about the exact specifications of the security features enabled, with the exception of one.
The one that you are unfamiliar with its very nature. Likely a Ripper field, knowing our luck.
No, I did not allow a Ripper field to be installed down there, since it is solely
good.
controlled by Spectrum, and Spectrum alone.
That's good. And that's useful.
Also, Ripper fields require a specific energy signature, and I don't I don't like the energy particle transmission after use. It does things to my memory drives.
Really?
They are dimensional, time-altering particles. They can make technology, especially things that hold data, skip back and forth.
Huh.
And if there's been a recent update or any new save file, it'll save, unsave, save, unsave, and become corrupt. So no energy.
Oh, that's fair.
You might want to check your own memory banks. It requires long-term exposure, but...
Oh no, I noticed the fragmentation for to the Rapper Field's effects when I first encountered it. That's what told me it was even there.
No, I'm merely speaking about
Oh,
dimensional energy, period.
dimensional energy. Yes. Well. Well, damn.
Your master probably fixed it with that special outer layer.
Probably, but she's gonna double check it because
Everything looks
like
fine.
that.
Although you came in contact with Milo, so you can't ever be sure.
True. All right. When we open this elevator shaft, what is going to be the immediate response of the systems? Like, I'm more asking which of the systems is activating first, because I remember there was one that was a absolute biological destroyer that was going to be released, and the other one was specifically to eliminate all electronic devices coming through.
Precisely. The first has already been deployed, and it merely sits waiting for you to open the door. Two, I'm not certain it is charged any longer. The specialized intrinsic EMP field requires a significant power draw.
Hey, Jackie. Johnny.
Oh, I did you say? I didn't hear you. Sorry, Liam.
I said you said Jackie. I was just like, hey, Jackie.
Yes,
Made yourself EMP resistant yet?
I do have resistance to EMP, but I am not immune.
How confident are you in that resistance?
Pretty confident.
You want to test it?
All right.
What was that?
I said all right.
Great. We have a volunteer. I assume willing one. Since you said all right, I'm going to assume willing.
Yeah, for sure.
The guards are like, well, you just send in a disposable robot.
Shut up. Do you hear yourself talk?
Yes.
You're meat. Go away.
Oh.
No, I'm saying that for seriousness. Like when we pop this, it's going to release something that can melt the skin off of you.
Yes, and I'm going to. But don't.
Yes, I heard your perfectly logical solution to the problem, and I'm going to use it. You can shoot now.
The guards are like, don't let them bait you anything to suicidal. You have a lot of assets, Vice Base Commander.
I'm just gonna look at Jackie.
They're right in a sense. I don't mind, but I guess that's a smarter way to do things.
I mean, once it's discharged once, it's going to take forever for it to recharge because of all the damage to the electrical system, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, if you want to just... It's a question if you want to test yourself or not, I guess, at that point.
Nah, let's leave it for the other stuff.
Cool. We're going to seal some doors behind us, and Matt, I'm just going to get, like, a basic skeletal robot unit.
Animatronic, or do you want to just pull one from the robotics lab?
Not even animatronic. We're just going to get a basic, like the most basic skeletal, give it a rifle so it looks like it's mildly a danger to security systems.
One of those bomb disposal units, right?
Yeah, no, a bomb disposal unit will work fine. Those things got shotguns that just like...
Your bomb disposal unit on base is a cataphract that has been modded with hyperdense, radiation resistant, and EMP resistant armor. And
Matt, I'm having one made in the robotics lab in like 5 minutes.
No, it'll take you about 5 hours to put something like that together. You have one on base. There are bomb disposal units on base.
Matt, I'm talking about a skeletal unit with a shotgun.
Oh. You don't need to. You just go.
No,
wake
that's
up.
my point. That's my point. That's my point.
Okay.
That's also technically a mind killing unit. Because it just walks up and goes, beep boop, I blow up.
All right. Well, you just want one, or you want a couple?
We'll send one down. If that doesn't trigger it, we'll send a couple more.
All right. The robot will have to rappel down because the elevator's not there.
That's whatever.
And when it gets to the bottom, it's like,
lucky I'm not kicking it in.
Robot's just like, this door is closed. What do?
I'm gonna kind of look down. I'm like, open it, asshole.
No panel.
I'm gonna. I'll get in contact with Stormfront. I know you've got a camera on that side of it.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
What's keeping the door shut? Is it just you? Is it just quarantine procedures?
No, the door's dead. It just needs to be pried open with force.
I lean down.
It's a maglock door. It's no longer has power.
Ah, okay. I see the problem. Matt, I'm going to go into my tools. I'm just going to pull out a crowbar and throw it down to the robot. Open it!
Go ahead. I'm gonna see what... hold on. It bonks it in the head. Conk!
You want me to roll a ballistic test?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, in the head.
I will not hit it in the head.
Okay, you will not hit it in the head.
No, because that thing's a piece of shit. It'll probably break if I hit it in the head. I didn't grab it because it's good. I grabbed it because it's expendable.
Strength insufficient. Then
put your back into it. Whatever. You know what? I'm gonna get like 2 more units. To basically, kick them down there with their crowbars too.
Yeah, they'll pry it open with 3 or 4 of them.
Go minions!
Yeah, they pry it open. We have successfully overcome the physical impediment.
Good for you.
Orders.
Go inside!
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just gonna look at Jackie.
You're the one who asked for dumb butts.
No, and she's still looking at Jackie and going, can't get good help these days.
I'm glad that did not have anything to do.
They walk in, and you get to see all the bullet holes in the bodies and the damage, and there does not seem to be any security feature here.
Advance until you find this body and retrieve it then.
Yes, ma'am. Roger, roger.
Roger, roger. I'm just gonna watch and wait for them to die horribly. Or not. You know, whatever happens.
Electrical buildup detected.
Keep going.
Roger, roger.
I'm about to solve my stupid robot problem.
Electrical discharge detected.
Good. Keep going.
I don't know about this.
I didn't ask your opinion.
And then there's a...
You don't have opinions.
And there's a massive EMP that rips through the corridor. And they don't just fall. Their electronics and circuit boards explode.
Neat. I'm going to wait till that's done discharging. You know, the electrical buildup can't be detected anymore. Then I'm going to kick another couple down there.
Orders, ma'am.
Go down and retrieve this body to the elevator shaft.
Roger, roger. And they go by and they look at their dead comrades. Oh, no.
Keep walking.
And eventually they get to the body. And they, when they get close, this the one, man?
Yep, pull it back.
And they start to pull it back, and one of the security features, like the body actually reaches up and punches a hole through one of the chests, but then the whole body goes limp again. Looks like it had some sort of last action built up.
Better gut check this bitch.
Ah! Number 3's down, ma'am.
Do I look like I care?
No?
what should you be doing?
They start hauling the body back. This is really heavy, ma'am. Send reinforcements.
All right, Jackie.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's your job time.
All right.
Electrical discharge detected.
Wait. Give it a sec. Okay,
Jackie,
now
even
go.
you could feel the discharge up there. That would rip you apart.
All right.
And now go.
Make it quick, Jackie.
I'm gonna go down. I have an unnatural agility, and I have my.
Do you do a superhero landing at the bottom of the shaft?
I gotta get down quick, don't I?
It's terrible on your knees, but you can always replace those.
Meanwhile, I'm just dropping like a metal rope down for her to climb back up with.
So, yeah, let's jump down. If you need a toughness test from me, I'll do that.
No, you just drop like a meteor with your extra weight, hit it, and you just superhero landing, and you anime blast forward, leaving dents in the floor.
Do I know where the EMP is originating from?
It's the way the intrinsic field does it. It's on the opposite side of the walls. It lines the whole corridor.
All right. So
I see. It's like with the electrical discharge dissipation, we can handle this much, but the next charge I feel already building. You got about 30 seconds.
Yep. So what I got on the plus side is I got magnetized vector. It's a half action, and it triples my movement and gives me.
You can also activate the acceleration where it gives you double turn.
Yes. So we'll do that. It requires a strength roll, but that's no big deal. So let's get some triple movement going on.
You know what the good news in all this is?
Mm-hmm.
It means there's no power problems down there.
Yeah.
Probably why the Stormfront last server rack is still up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm going to try and get as much information as I can while I'm down here, and gonna go fast.
With your speed, you can even go all the way down, pick up all the bullet shells, grab the gun, grab every bits and pieces that everywhere, grab the body, and yeet yourself out of there. That's how fast you are.
Yeah, 8 times 3 is
corridor
20...
is only 50 meters long.
Okay. All right.
With double turn and triple movement per half action. And you have 30 seconds, which is 6 turns.
Yep. No. It's 3. We do 10-second intervals, right?
Yeah. No, but you get 6 because you have double
right, because it's doubled. Exactly. Right.
You basically turn a 10-second turn into a 5, and then
Correct.
You just do it again.
Yeah. I gotcha. So, what's it like down here?
It's a kill box. That's all.
Just a kill box?
It's a extremely heavily reinforced hallway with these weird cross-hatched lattices in the shape of hexagons all the way down.
Right. And this is the EMP side of things, all right?
Along with some other stuff.
Yeah.
There is a biological agent currently in the air that if either of us had skin, we wouldn't have skin anymore. We'd be dead.
All right.
But that's going to be something we deal with decon after we, get the doors shut again.
Because what I was thinking is I get the body, I could check out what's down here, get to the other side of the kill box.
It's just the server rack down here.
And whatever other security measures and whatever bodies you find.
There is a third security measure that Stormfront doesn't know what it is.
He said it only activates if you actually enter the server room proper.
Right.
Yeah. So that'd be your only concern.
So I'm going to get the body first, 100%. So jump down, get what I need, come back up. I have full 3D movement with magnetized vector. So I should be okay just to run up the walls.
Yeah, the gas in there is not invisible. It's actually like this acrid, sulfuric, yellow-greenish gas.
Okay.
That basically has been now stirred up and excited by the magnetic pulse, which is interesting because IC basically is like the gas, upon initial assessment, isn't that powerful enough to chew through biological flesh that quickly. But if you charge it and excite its energy state,
with electric
normally that
pulse,
would denature it, but it looks like it's specifically built to have accelerated effects.
That's quite interesting. I wonder if we could use that against the aliens.
No, the gas does not feel particularly stable enough for that. If the EMP goes off enough, it might completely denature the gas, whatever this structure is.
Interesting. All right.
Also, the aliens might actually overcome it.
Fair.
And weaponize it.
Because we aren't going to do well against it.
No. Fair enough.
I mean, if you want to try to poke around further down there, this corridor down here, what I know of it is it's just the final defense before the Stormfront server.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing but defensive fortifications, so you might be able to get guns and stuff.
I am quite interested to see what's on the other side.
Give a heavy load. 010 is a cyborg.
Very nice. But I have 86 strength with 2 unnatural, so I should be okay.
All right, you bring him up?
Yeah.
I gave you a rope to climb up with, too, so you don't even have to actually 3D movement if you don't want.
I mean, you could do fucking wall jumping all the way
do
up.
whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want.
Let's just get up there. That's all we need.
You deposit the body and the heavy assault rifle. That is a Spectrum tech gun.
Very nice.
Specifically says right on the side, Spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing, by the shells you saw, those are the 70 cal hyper rounds.
Nice.
So you getting shot with that is not good.
No.
Generally speaking, no.
Yeah, the hyper edge bullets.
Wow. I mean, if you want to poke around further down there.
There's no bullets left. It looks like they ran out of ammo completely. But you have the LMG.
What are they fighting is the question.
Oh, okay, so
the coup, right?
Yeah, there was the whole coup thing. There was a team that was left in the quarantine specifically to eliminate all assets on site by the people perpetrating the coup.
Right.
010 here was not a part of the coup. They were loyal to the end and, as you can see, defended the Stormfront server to the last. I don't know the specific names of who was involved. I'm still trying to figure all that out. In fact, I suspect 051 there. I think that I think he might be an opportunist. I think he's a coward. I think he didn't fight against the coup, but I don't think he hindered the coup either. Right. I think that he just figured out, he decided who was going to win and picked the winning side once they started to win. That type of shit. That's what I think. Because he is unwilling to come back down here into Sector 12. I would go so far as to say he's a bit afraid of it.
I mean, makes sense from what we saw so far.
And yet, even as it becomes more secure, he's still unwilling to come down here. Even when given the opportunity to retrieve valuable equipment. I think he's an opportunist at the end of the day. I think he is just biding his time and trying to see who's going to be the next big victor.
Victor Von Montagu. Anyway, let's so I'll leave you with Miss Fella.
Yep, no, this is perfect. 010. Hello, 010.
All right, Jakie's gonna make a save point and then head down.
You hear a down there.
So I know my timing at least.
Do you want to trigger another EMP with another junk bot before you do that, or do you want to? It get you another 30 seconds.
Yeah, I guess I'm not timing it right now. I figured since it just went off, I could go again. But yeah, it's fine. We can do another junk box.
Well, it's just a matter of at that point you're resetting. Well, how long can you maintain the magneticism thing?
You mean my double speed?
Yeah.
So every turn it adds a fatigue, pretty much. And I was down there for how long, Matt?
1 turn.
1 turn. So I have 1 fatigue.
No, you were down there for the 3. Sorry,
3?
The full 3. You got out just in time because you stuck around nosing about.
So what we can do is we can set it off, and then it's now just like you're basically starting from fresh at that point once we set it off again.
Yep. So get the robots ready. I'm just going to get myself prepared as she's going to do some recovery technique to refill some key.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send one junk bot down there.
What are your orders, ma'am?
Walk down that hallway.
Okay. Oh no, my brothers have fallen.
Shut up. No one cares.
I'm gonna need some more. I don't have passive key
You don't
regen.
you don't have an actual AI. Shut up.
Roger.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You know the stupid robots.
Yeah.
They had opinions.
They theoretically had opinions. They thought they had opinions.
What was that noise? I don't know. Why don't you go check it out?
I don't know. Why don't you check it out? Why don't you just get a proper fucking processor?
I'll be right back.
Jedi. And they would run away in fear.
We're not worrying about this right now. We're not robot. You just do your thing. Go. Be productive.
Energy buildup detected. Orders?
Yes. Keep walking.
I am walking. Energy discharge detected.
Good.
Oh no!
You think they'd learn. After a certain number of time... No, they're dumb robots. They don't learn. It's kind of the point. It's like 90% of the point.
And gonna get some water.
I mean, I think we're back up for him, so... Well, I'll start retrieving codes off of 010 in the meantime. Like,
I pose an important question to you, Mr. Robot.
Alrighty. Got some key
010
back.
010 was hyperly cybernetic.
Yes, it's quite possible a lot of their equipment, like a lot of their identity stuff, is built into them.
One thing you should check: does 010 have a brain box?
This is the era when, like, a lot of the personnel had a lot more crossover between departments. I'll check.
They did.
Right now.
If it weren't for the massive gaping hole in their head from being quadruple tapped with a high caliber weapon.
Yeah, and they made sure that he was dead. Got it. Well, I'll see what I can retrieve off the brain box in the meantime, then, if there's anything to retrieve.
There is a partition file. It does pop up for you. It doesn't ask for security code. It asks you a yes or no question.
Mm-hmm. What is the question?
Friend or foe? Yes or no? That's not. It's kind of an odd question because it's asking you if you're friend or foe, but it's asking you to answer in a yes or no, which doesn't make sense.
Does Stormfront know anything about this?
One of the things that 010 liked to do was not use specific code restrictions. It actually, with several of the security theses they have written, codes can always be attained, and once a code is given, it doesn't matter whose allegiance it is. It's proper authorization. 010 hypothesized potentially how to discern loyalty, discern intent,
Huh.
by asking questions instead of asking for authorization. I thought it was very clever, but the questions they posed as the testing ones they didn't make much sense to me.
Friend or foe, yes or no, huh?
That doesn't make any sense to me. That's an illogical question. Although humans are
I'm going to slap
illogical,
yes.
the next question will pop up. It'll ask you yes or no. And it says yes or no, and it goes 0 or 1.
1.
No, it's 0 or 1, yes or no.
Oh. Jesus fucking. Just gonna slap yes again.
And the line of questions goes to the next one.
At this point, it's just, you know what? I was about to say something, but no, she'll keep going.
It'll go us or them, yes or no.
Yes.
And the file blanks out and then starts over. You see, it's very frustrating. I was only ever able to brute force through the questions once, and it took me a long time. And they make absolutely no logical sense. It is an abusement of a illogical line of questions that potentially only those who would know. But the theory specifically dictated that anyone with the proper loyalties to myself should be able to answer the questions regardless if they knew the answers to the questions in the first place. I don't understand it.
1, 0, yes, no. What's you guys' thoughts?
Yes or no, and then it's given a something or something. So if it's yes, it should be the first thing. If it's the other thing, it should be the other thing, the second place. Or it could just be your intent. Like, you don't even have to think about it, just like
he'll send you the thesis that 010. He has some files on 010, and he saved some of the theses for study because they were odd and they were very good mind exercises for understanding illogical fallacies and illogical loopholes in himself and his people.
Okay.
Helps him understand the lunacy and the irrationality that is behind the human species.
maybe for like us or them, there is no us or them. It's only the Thunderhead kind of thing.
There's no prompt for other answers.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's all just yes/no questions. That's what's confusing me here.
Go ahead and roll me logic, because you can clear the thesis in a while.
Let me think on it for a hot second. I'll still roll that. Let me think on it for a minute. do Johnny and going through the thing, though.
Okay.
Johnny.
So another 3 turns?
Hmm?
Okay. I get to the other end. What's it like?
They pried it open. They have these server racks in these beautiful Faraday cages.
Okay.
To prevent them from being harmed by the electrical discharge.
So the electrical discharge still goes through the server
through
room.
Here, yeah. Down there is a interesting red eye that just kind of watches about your head height, which is big.
Right.
And it kind of stalks deep in the darkness of the room. There's only one flickering light. It walks rather softly, and there's a little bit of clicking behind its steps, as if it's clawed. Most of the bodies are here. Most of the bodies are stacked around the last server rack, like cordwood.
Right. All right, so there's a protector. That's good. Have to deal with the EMP discharge, though.
Well, really, we just need to end quarantine procedures to handle that. Which...
The gas has got to go.
I'm actually not sure why quarantine, like the mainline quarantine procedures, are still running now that I'm thinking about it. Because as far as I'm aware, we've gotten all the departments.
Except for this one. Remember, it's cut off.
Well, yeah, this is the only thing that was left, and I was told this would be, like, once everything else was secure, like, this would basically be an automatic resecural thing.
You're probably missing one's department, minor department.
Oh, the mechanization department.
Yep, that's the one.
Shit, we still need to find that.
So what I'm hearing is that we can't even get the EMPs off until we clear, right?
I mean, we could break them, probably.
That's no fun.
Yeah. Like, if we
know this tech, if you break it, putting it back together will be a
nightmare.
Yeah.
So our options are basically either break it or find the last department.
Right. So Jakie will realize her time is up pretty much. So
go ahead and make me an awareness test, though.
Sure. Do have that. Okay. And I roll 1. That.
All right. Well, you see 2 things. One is a key card in a bloody hand, and it looks like they were using that to open up the cages. Because the cages down here, they didn't burn through them; they opened them.
Right, and therefore the ones that are open are currently fried, right?
They're fried, but they also look like they've been slagged
right.
by an like a melted charge.
Right.
So some sort of thermite charge.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they used the own security feature against it, and they made sure it really was dead with some good old-fashioned explosives. And the creature down here, that's an alien? You think? You've never seen one of their pilots, because when the aliens fuse with their mechs, it's permanent.
Right. So I got 2 things. I got the key card and I got the alien.
Well, you got to see them.
I get to see them where they are. Okay, all right. So I know I don't have enough time to go grab one of them, right?
Well, you can grab the key card. It's there.
Okay.
We can always do a reset too.
I'll grab the key card and run back.
Like, we can always do another reset too. Like, it's not like...
Yeah, no, that's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, I was gonna go back, get one thing, wait for the reset to go, and then wait it out until it happens, and then go back again, and then
as you go to leave, you kind of see a flicker of movement, and some red energy kind of rolls off its hand, and an energy barrier seals your exit.
Okay.
Beautiful red sheen.
You know those Faraday cages? If you shut one, that should redo that.
Shut one, eh?
Lock yourself in.
Yeah. You'd probably... Like, well... I have to get you out somehow.
All right, so I guess I'm going to be going to deal with Creature in the Dark.
You know, I just realized a question that should have been asked.
Mm-hmm.
The alien, was that dead?
No.
So the aliens would just sealed him in here.
Yes.
Right.
Wait, the alien was the one of the thing in the dark? Like the red
eye.
Oh.
Yeah, that I missed that too. That's why I clarified. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, there's a living alien down here, armed with a rifle that looks nothing like you've ever seen.
Right.
Very sleek, very biometal, and they kind of pulse just occasionally with red energy when they start channeling that energy field.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like one of those Star Wars ones where it's that red wall of static.
Okay. I will do a magnetized vector dash to his position. You want to do turn order, Matt?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, shit. I bring you all the funnest places, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you kill it, bring it to Nick's.
If you kill it, I want it.
Everyone wants it.
Everybody wants it. We can share. I'll take its legs, you take its head.
All right, guys. Let's stop with the who calls who. I'm the one that is dealing with it currently.
Oh, come now. We can joke at the peril you're in. We're not in it.
No. This is grand.
We're not the ones currently stuck in a room with an EMP charging that's going to murder you.
It's fine.
It's fine. You'll be fine.
You go first.
You have a reset.
Half action to take out the axe.
Okay.
Half action to use my chop.
Okay.
Certain death technique. Uh, 11 degrees of success.
I don't think it's going to pass that. No. It kept crashing down, and a big red barrier crackles.
Okay. Good.
Is it? Is it good? It feels distinctly not good. Just saying.
Do you have mech building?
I do.
Go ahead and roll mech building for me.
Sure.
Just by the feel of the shield.
All right.
Have a reroll plus 10 because I still had some left last Saturday.
Sure.
New day, refreshed.
Yeah, I will keep track of the ones I expend on him. Can't roll higher.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the last day of the Sunday of week 1. So
I have one more.
Okay.
That's a magnitude shield. That's a mech grade shield.
Mech grade shield there.
Which means you only do 1/10 of the damage you're supposed to. It does. Shields across the board, magnitude or otherwise, they do suffer from overload. So if you can figure out how to get overload on your weapons.
Just let me think about something for a sec. I got that, so I should be okay with that side of things.
Curious question. Can I see that shield over the entrance from where I am, or is that further back?
You see the red shield go up, and you're like, oh.
I'm going to try to contact Jakie as I'm like, Jakie?
Starting to get staticky, the charge is building. You can still call.
Little busy dealing with some intruders.
Hand needed?
Just get the barrier down if you can. So, Matt. Let's talk about something for a sec. I'm sorry, Nix. Can I do damage on the shield first before we discuss? Okay. Here is damage. So that is 135. I am going to use. Matt. I'm going to use.
Do 14 damage to it.
No, Matt. I'm going to use my 2d20 fatigue and put a 0 on the end of it.
Oh, to make it magnitude. Okay.
Oh, damn. I was going to say
12 fatigue. That is dealable.
I was going to say Page Nix or try to summon. I was going to say Page Nix and get the okay, or try to summon his scythe because his scythe has the penetrating feature to punch through shields.
You crash through a 2-layer shield and smack the piss out of this. Sheer force of it alone, because it does have very tough armor, will send it careening across the room into a wall.
Shield's still up across the entrance there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I might have an idea here.
I'm just going to continue to wail into him.
While he's doing that, Matt, I'm going to try and use the energy manipulation to directly pull a hole through this thing. Just a Jakie-sized hole.
Sure. Go for it. Roll.
Plan A. What do you want? Security, tech use? Because those are the ones
that you always use to roll your device.
Yep. That'd be that guy right there. My boons are reset. I will slap, let's say, 5.
You open up a Jakie-size hole. It makes your brain box sweat a little bit. Just like, ooh, that pushes back hard. Wow.
I'm going to be like, hole open. You might want to not be there, Jakie. Jakie, I don't know how long I can hold this.
I was just thinking I can go for another hit because
you can run to safety because the charge is right on the edge of going. You could kill him, but you'd Iron Man it.
What about Adamantium Pathfinder first?
Oh,
let me just double check which one that would apply to, because here's the downside. You have Adamantium Pathfinder. If it's the last option, you don't have fate points.
Ice Cube has fate points.
True. IQ would have to burn her only fate point.
She has 2, actually, Matt.
But it says you can burn a fate point or boon.
Yeah.
Well, he's Iron Man. He doesn't have either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a 2-striker, Matt. So I will hit my second chop.
He's completely across the room in your first hit.
Understandable. I will do a dash using more stamina, or key in this case, to move over to his position, and then hit him with my next chop.
Okay.
Could you open the exit? Opens up the exit. Doesn't use the exit. You motherfucker.
All right.
Certain death.
All right.
It's 10
Yeah,
degrees.
he's not going to be able to dodge. He is going to use Psychic Scream.
Okay.
Or do you have any mental defense against high tier psionics?
No.
Then you're going to roll a willpower. And he has 5 degrees of success, so willpower minus 50.
Can
Hey,
I
Jakie.
use my... Hold on. Can I use my ECM training against psionics?
To protect you. This is... You don't know he's about to do it.
I have a question.
Unfortunate. Question was worth asking.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nix. What was your thoughts?
Hey, Jakie, you auto succeed with 2 degrees or 4 degrees of success.
It's not a post.
You just said it was versus his roll.
I hit him. He then makes a willpower test to grit through it. It's a saving roll.
I like it.
It's a saving roll.
This is cool. So at a minus 50, I can't pass unless I roll a 1. So let's see what I get. A 22.
Have a roll plus 10.
Yeah.
And you can't roll higher than a 22.
Yeah, so let's see, get down.
Just roll 5d100.
Yeah, I'm going to do it at this point. Yeah. Sasha.
Just got to get 10 or under.
7, okay. That's better. And I need a...
You needed a 10, so that would succeed.
Okay.
Yep.
I need you to roll me some fatigue here.
Sure.
And then a base toughness test.
Base toughness test. 22 again. Beautiful.
Nice.
What's the fatigue? How much?
It's going to be 2d10.
2d10. Okay.
Those 10s explode.
Of course they do, Matt. Okay. I am up to 18, 28. Let me do some quick math.
I'll have you roll one logic test. There's nothing to do with the defense. You've overcome the psychic scream.
Sure.
Very nice.
This guy could literally be the Stormfront's last unknown security measure.
Could be.
Because it's been down here.
Yep, and it's been stacking the bodies.
No, the bodies, he let them lay there.
Yeah.
Because they're just stacked like cordwood, because they're just stacked so high. But this thing is very familiar with this zone. And with its energy abilities, it would have easily destroyed the server rack before you even had the opportunity to stop it.
Good gods. And the Spectrum department and them, we're working on the aliens. Like, we saw that.
Yeah.
Xeno department, which is also another place you guys haven't.
There's a Xeno department? You didn't... That is not on my list of departments for this area. For the space.
Nix suspected that there may be one hidden.
Yes. There's probably a hidden one.
I was only going off of what I knew for Stormfront, so...
Yeah,
Stormfront probably doesn't know it.
Yeah, you've been going through all the confirmed locations. Nix has suspects, but he's been keeping those close to the chest because there's a lot of investigatory shit going on.
Yeah, well, I keep having to do investigatory shit because, can't find it.
No, as in on him. So he's been avoiding diving into shit.
Okay.
It's up to you.
With that realization,
this guy,
yeah,
you can absolutely kill him right here. Like the amount of force you put behind that axe and how much damage it does. You broke through his double barrier almost effortlessly on a single hit, and you've overcame his psychic scream. So you're coming in like a freight train, and you either stop of your own volition or you take this guy in pieces.
I stop at my own volition, and I'm like, fuck. And then I run back with my dash.
Have you roll athletics, because you're trying to put a whole turn of running into half.
Of course.
But you could.
All right.
Yeah. You actually crash into the side of the elevator shaft and bounce up a couple times as the burst goes through.
I'm going to let go of that shield after she's through with almost relief.
That's the first time you've ever had to strain that hard using that module. Your module's just like noticeable rise of heat detected in main energy control module.
Acknowledged, as I'm going to... She starts reaching for something and realizes, shit, I don't carry water anymore. I don't drink it.
You just fan it, like, you fan your chest. Hot, hot.
She's just going to be like, Jackie, done? Yes?
She holds the hands.
Cool, great. What the fuck? Also, shut the elevator shaft, please. Please shut the elevator shaft.
Yeah. She'll go back, close it, come back up. All right.
I was talking about the one at the top here. We don't need to close the bottom one, really.
Better safe than sorry. So this is what we've learned.
Talk while I go find something to cool down. Holy shit, am I running hot right now? She's gently smoking a bit.
So, I've learned a few things. One, the aliens in their shields are fucking OP, I must say. There was an alien down there. I found it in the darkness. It looks like it was defending the place.
Do you have water?
No.
Shit.
One of the guys. Where are you guys walking?
I'm calling in the decom team because we're covered in that bio agent, and I don't know what the hell it is.
One of the guys will come over.
Hose me.
And he's like, whoa. Just hosing you. Not. We want to know what it is.
I am smoking right now because of an overheat. Please, cool my ass.
They'll just hit you with liquid nitrogen spray.
Perfect. Continue, Jackie.
So, I think we got another place we got to find before we can get the security features down.
Ecom guys, he's like, team, as you literally watch his outer layer of his suit start to disintegrate. Oh no!
Fall back.
They're gonna move over into a emergency purge room. Kowalski will walk in with a hose. I'm here. I'm unaffected.
Thank you, Kowalski.
And he will follow the team instructions. And
I'm gonna look
no one knows what it is until the oldest of the group. He's like, "Oh yeah, my grandpappy told me about that."
I'm gonna look at Jackie and be like, "Okay, we can talk in front of Kowalski. Kowalski's good."
Yeah. So, alien, definitely Xeno.
Nice, not nice, but nice.
I had to do some thinking, and I was almost about to destroy it, but it seems that it's a safety feature.
Oh, our mystery defense.
Which means, just from the Spectrum base, we knew that Thunderhead was dealing with Xeno in the first place. So there must be a Xeno department. Yeah. I got the key card that allows us to deactivate the Ferris, the energy fields. Faraday cages. Yeah. So that's going to be nice. A little hard to find out of all the dead bodies and stuff, but I got a good eye. Yeah, that was tough. I got to take a little bit of a break, though, if you don't mind.
Nope. I'm going to retrieve things off of this, patch the phone box, and I'm going to go hang out in space for a minute. Or I'll hang out with E, one of the two. E will be less violent. I'll hang out with E for a second.
Okay.
You mind if I come with you?
Why does everybody want to talk to E right now? What? I thought everybody was terrified of E. What's changed here?
What is your major malfunction?
The black butterfly is awesome.
I don't mind because she needs more socialization. I'm just very confused.
I mean, I was already there once before. I didn't find it too bad.
All right. Well, well, right now we're over on this, so we'll see.
We still got some time left for our meeting, so I might as well get out of the way.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be distracted for at least a couple minutes, and whatever. We're not. We're going. We're going up. We're going.
You can
up.
see that Jakie is visibly tired at this point, so it's kind of like
I see. You've taken a massive dip in energy output. Recommend putting your finger in a light socket.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what? You're dense, but you're not that dense. Matt, I'm going to use some of the Leah shit to go to my preset location.
Yeah, as long as it's a preset.
Yeah. That's how I get away with as much as what I do with it. All my locations I've been going to are preset. All I have to do is calculate for your weight. Fat. Fat.
It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more than that calculation, but your brain goes
fat.
All right, let's do some gymnastics.
Yeah, I'm already smoking. Might as well make it worse.
No, even moving Jakie around didn't make your ECM smoke.
Yeah, I noticed. Well, yeah, and you'll find yourself at this. She just Leoports you up to the station with her as she starts heading in from her port. Just, identifying herself to security, letting them know she's here. Da da da.
Yeah. Turns her seat back into the wall.
Goes straight to E's quarters and just, are you coming into the airlock area? Because that's where Luna's going.
I'm actually gonna sit down and find an energy port or something.
Oh, there's several in here.
Yeah, sure.
You get the pleasure of hearing E sing into some song that they're jamming out to.
I am not going to interrupt the song as I kind of come in.
The bodies hit the floor.
Oh, yeah, more disturbed. And Luna walks in and promptly finds the coldest piece of ice just to lay on top of, just like, yes.
They'll stop singing, but the music, they'll just turn it down. It is all the hardest, brutalist metal.
Sorry.
So E's tapping into Nix's collection.
No, that's still Luna's collection. She's got a wide variety.
Well, it's all of your collection now because you've all posted it on the
have you? Actually, that's a curious question. Have you included your music onto the forums too? Because all mine's up on there.
No. Nix put the stories and shit. He in his little forum shit. Like when we did that, he mentioned that he does have some heavier music, but he only gives that out on personal request.
You've been like almost 1,000 requests, and one guy's just posted on the channel. Come on, my guy. We're all metalheads.
Fine.
You're underestimating demand currently.
Fine.
Yeah. And then you get everyone else, they check your list, and then everyone's like, okay, here's the metal list. And then the other people start putting in songs that you don't have, and now the list is now 6 times as long.
Fair enough.
There's actually some metal bands from the Outer Ring, and their new albums.
No, because one of the biggest things that Nix had a collection of that he loved was from that old school shit where he had a bunch of the old school heavy metal.
Right. And they're filling that list with all the songs that you didn't have.
Yeah.
And then they're actually adding current music.
Welcome to the free knowledge market that we're setting up.
No, I know. It was one of those things that Nix liked having because it threw people off when he had it playing in his bay.
Yeah, no,
it really made him feel special,
Now you have 6 times the amount of music, and you can scare everyone.
you need to remember that most of the people that are on this are not actually on the base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So it's not spreading around too badly, even if it is spreading around a little bit more than before.
Overall, there's only about 250,000 people on the server.
Most of those are not on the base.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
80% of them are not on the base, and among how many enigmatics there are,
Yeah.
which is in the almost 50 billion, only 250,000 is pretty small for a server.
And this also includes people on the front too, because we have some people that show up after months of silence to like post stuff. So
and a lot of the other people are like, the KIA list is actually getting pretty large. You guys have a very large portion of people who are Frontier on this server. But the Remember Me list is getting a little long. It's actually it has exceeded the number of active alive users by 14 times.
that's fine. It's kind of the point. It's been a long war. So, once we're in the at least once Luna's in the quarters, I don't know if Jakie's going to join her in there. It's up to you.
Is there a socket in there that I can just sit down and? Okay, yeah, she'll come.
To give you an understanding on how you guys got decontaminated, because that's an important detail that we needed. You guys were stuck in there for about half an hour, and then somebody came over and literally gooed you down with some sort of gel.
Okay. Stuck to it kind of deal.
Yeah. And they said, all right, rinse and lather for 5 minutes.
Cool. Just go through that.
Yeah, that's a knocker and gas. That's a big no-no. Grandpappy told me it was the pinnacle in development of pesticides.
Not surprised.
Knocker and gas, eh?
Well,
yes, it's a throwback, but it's not the same stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely not the same stuff. It affected not us, so I'm okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, Jakie's just gonna go sit down and then meditate.
Apprentice, you've come back.
Yeah. I may have been smoking for a bit there.
Oh.
Did you know that they put apparently a pet alien to guard the Stormfront?
He's no pet. He's an ambassador.
An ambassador?
For ceasefire.
What?
Hey, I didn't kill him.
He's been there about as long as I have.
What? There's an ambassador.
One of their most powerful psionics.
That was sent to negotiate a ceasefire.
Yes, and safe passage through our territory into the collective unclaimed space beyond. There was going to be sharing of technology, sharing of knowledge, ceasefire. We were also to have a defensive pact.
Might I ask what exactly,
we said
happened?
no, and we kept him there. He understands why. He doesn't hold it against us. In fact, he respects our decision. He knew his fate. It was either going to be a yes, and he got to go home, boy was a no, and that was his prison. When you have a psionic mind so powerful, it's hard to contain. And he's one of the only people I could talk to.
Matt, she can read emotions, can't she?
E?
Yeah.
To an extent. Yeah.
Yeah, because Luna is somewhere between flabbergasted and absolutely livid to find out that this war is going on when it could have been negotiated in any other way.
And E will kind of roll an eye your way. Luna, you're thinking too small.
I'm thinking that it's a gut reaction, all right? First of all, it's a gut reaction. The gut reaction is, what the fuck? The next gut reaction is, well, less gut reaction. The reaction where I start putting thoughts in is, then what happens to the barrier between us and all the other races? Now we're the barrier between the Xenos and the other races.
And
the defensive pact is
they
kind
have
of
a
useless.
bone to pick with the Xenos, more so than they have to pick with us. And if we let them go, well...
They're going to go through us for it. Yes. No. I understand.
It's brutal, isn't it?
It's also really fucking stupid.
When the survival of your people are...
No. Understand. The reason I'm thinking it's stupid currently is because... How can I explain this? There's better ways to do it than just saying no. Because if there had been an agreement of they hold their position for, say, X amount of time before maneuvering out, that way, defenses can be prepared, things can be ready, a unified defensive front can be set up. There's a lot better plans than just going, no. There's a lot of better plans than that. But, of course, and again, none of them fit within Stormfront's logic, so I guess that doesn't make sense to them. And I'm going to stop before I start ranting.
No, rant away. Here. And she'll crank up the heavy metal. Go ahead and scream. No one will be able to hear.
Jakie can hear. Jakie, are you willing to scream with me?
Too tired to scream, I'm sorry.
Slams head against bulkhead. Because, okay, yes, from a very blunt instrument perspective, yes, it was the right decision. From a pure blunt perspective, from the perspective of I'm not a fucking idiot that's not looking past the point of my own nose, there's a lot better processes to go about than just going no. Because then we could have had a rather biologically advanced and psionically advanced ally that was looking to have the only friend they could physically make in our pockets forever.
No, it wouldn't have worked that way, Apprentice.
You're right. We would have ended up figuring out their brains because we adapt faster than them mentally. I've noticed that about them. They don't mentally adapt very quickly. They adapt biologically very quickly to environments and damage, but not mentally. They don't catch up to new activities quickly. It's what we've been abusing this entire war.
Yes. There's two things that are also part of the consideration that changes the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
One is we can't handle the collective superpower might of the coalition enemy or coalition force on the other side, with or without the Xenos.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives us the excuse of time. Time we desperately need. And we need a hell of a lot of it. So why do you think the war's been going on so long? We're playing a defensive, not offensive, border patrol. Your casualties are so high.
There's something you're missing on your equations, on your side of things. The other reason the war is going on the way it is because the people of the enigmatic government want it to continue going on because they're specifically suppressing certain technological advances.
That's it. True.
Violently.
True. And the other one is I don't trust the Xenos.
Oh, that's fine, and we shouldn't. You should never trust an ally that isn't fully in your pocket. But it was an opportunity to get them in the pocket.
We wouldn't have owned them. There would be no pocket. There would be letting the wolf into the barn is what we would have been doing. Because our protectors can protect the periphery, the frontier. And the more important things within the inner ring. Now, if we let the enemy cross all the way to the jewel, who's to say they don't stop by for a snack? And the next ship is 2 months difference away.
Well, that's just arguments on how to play the grand politique, as it were.
Yes.
Because I'm going to point out that whatever else might be true, this is a species that's clearly not that used to dealing with the grand politique. Because they are a psionic race.
Right.
They can always tell when each other are lying. They rely on that sort of thing.
Yes.
Duplicitousness is not natural to psionics.
To the queens and the ambassadors, they know how to lie as well as we do.
Oh, do they? Neat.
Yes. It's a privilege granted to those who understand and are educated. And yes, they have an education system, even among their higher class. Only those who are of the lower class are subjected to their predatorization and enrolled into the military.
You know, I was hoping otherwise, but I'm not surprised.
We think of them as a hive species similar to bees or ants. It looks like that on the surface because none of their elites or upper echelons of their hierarchy, we never see them because they exist on the hive ship and have no presence except for those in control of the escort vessels or other military vessels. And their hive ships are literally a city. So, and only the most privileged and most evolved of their people, the most psionically matured, may not be forced into military service.
Yeah, sounds about right.
They also view us as lower life forms, and they will do whatever they think is necessary to get us to do what they want. And if we let them in, I don't think we can stop them at that point. So,
at the time, I don't think we could. These days, I think we could. Regardless, I have come with many motives today. Yes.
Motives. Dangerous.
Indeed. One of the things I was here for is the fact that this feels really nice right now. I was overheating today, and the ice is very nice.
Slows the world down, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, I managed to start overheating my my energy control module.
Yes, you need to be very careful.
Yeah, but I did find out that I can tear open one of the aliens' mech shields if I try really hard.
Yes, you could.
Just
most of the more sophisticated energy modules are 2 or 3 layered, though.
Yeah, it was a dual layer one. Not the point. Or maybe partially the point. I was overheating is the point. That's the real point here. The other reason, I have some questions. Not cultivation questions. There are going to be some very weird questions, because theoretically, anyone very loyal to the Stormfront could answer them correctly, but they don't make sense to my robot brain.
Very well.
If you would be willing to indulge me.
Okay.
Right. So she's gonna pull up the brain thing and be like, first question. Friend or foe? Yes or no?
Absolutely yes.
They're all yes/no questions.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Hits it. 1 or 0? Yes or no? Slaps it. And I'm just gonna go through it with her.
Just rapid fire immediately. Yes and no. Yes, no. No, yes, yes, no.
Yeah.
And then the brain box just has the clearance codes there for those who need them. May the Thunderhead and the Stormfront be with you.
I'm just gonna kind of look at it. I'm gonna look at her. Would I understand the logic if you tried to explain it to me?
Sure. So, friend or foe, you always want to answer yes, because saying that you're not, saying no, that means you're neither friend nor foe, but that also doesn't mean you're friend, which is exclusionary. It's a little mind game. So, you always want to assume everyone's an enemy. So, yes, you also want to be a foe. At least you're honest about your at least you're honest, which is the most important bit. 0-1 determines if you understand the importance of 0-1, which is the basis of all code. It's basically asking you, are you a robot?
We are all start at 0. That's how computer code goes.
And the robot didn't figure that out. Okay, that's about right.
Yep. Us or them? No. It's not us or them. We are one. We are not divided, even if we are at war with one another. Never.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a throwback to when we all were ignited before the coup. Us and them is a concept that Stormfront has been trying to purge from our vernacular and our way of looking at life and a way of excluding parts of our society, forming cliques, forming factions, alienating each other. Always no. And if you answer yes, then you obviously failed. Now, a couple of the questions here actually are, you can answer it technically wrong, but because of the way the script is set up, it'll let you trail on for several more questions, whether you get them right or not, if it is a definitive answer, so that you don't know which way you misstepped, because it always sends you back to 1.
No,
and there are 100 questions, so...
Oh yeah, no, I figured that part of it out very quickly.
So, and they're meant to hurt your brain. It's also meant so that Stormfront can't answer them.
Yes, I've noticed that they are not questions that your typical AI can.
Precisely. So you can't brute force it, because it's asking a yes or no question of not a yes or no question. So it allows those who would have a processing power of, in the quantum realm, it wouldn't allow you to brute force it, since it doesn't lock you out after a certain number of tries. They'll never be able to get it right.
Interestingly, the Stormfront claimed that it did.
Yes, but that was
Eventually.
probably because that was the first 10 questions. And when it did figure it out, well, 0 and 0 never did things in halves.
Well, like I said, it was a eventually.
So there you go.
Yes, I appreciate your assistance.
If you'd like, you could potentially even use that blueprint right there yourself.
Oh, I'm planning to. If I couldn't figure it out, that means it's going to drive somebody else nuts too.
Right. And hell, you could even put that after a specific login wall. Basically, put in your credentials, and then you have to take this survey. It's like, survey?
Tell me, how does this make you feel?
Yes or no? No, but it's always it always makes you pick between two things, and it always makes you answer in a yes or no.
I'm definitely going to include this, and I'm going to have the last question be, how does this make you feel, yes or no? And if it's anything other than yes, because you're feeling something by the time you get to the end of this.
If you punch the screen, you're fine.
Yes, if you hit the screen, it's an auto yes. Yes, confirmed. Great. Yeah, no, that's great. Jakie also wanted to join us for a visit. I don't know why. Jakie, why did you want to come visit?
When I was talking to Skippy, and I was talking about IQ and I's black potentia, she said to go find the black butterfly.
Yeah.
Oh, here she is on all of her beautiful glory.
Mm-hmm. And I also had probably, what, Matt, 2 more downtime actions with Luna?
I mean, part of this was your Sector 12 downtime action, so...
Okay, yeah, I have 4 with you, and then 8 with Sector 12, so I don't know how you want to... Maybe we can just... I don't know if that was your meeting time with me.
Yeah, 1 hour left.
That you're digging into. That's the only issue, I thought.
Yeah, you and DTI left.
Okay.
I've basically got, at least for Luna, I have got the entirety of this day slated out for dealing with this shit, so...
Okay.
That wasn't specifically just because of you either. I just had today slated out for dealing with all this shit because I was like, this is going to turn into an all-day affair. Somehow. I see it coming. I don't want it to be an all-day affair, but I see it coming.
Huh? Now you have the investigator's code. Or the Thunderhead agent code.
Yep. I'll get that attached to me because that gives me the codes I actually need to be able to do Spectrum shit. Or at least, maybe. We're going to find out. That's what we're going to do. We're going to find out.
Good. So the question remains, is this, from what we did with the Sector 12, was that part of our 4-hour downtime
That was your 4-hour, part of your 4-hour thing with each other, yes.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So yeah, Jakie will say, yeah, I'm still recovering, I suppose, but we could talk with with E. And
I mean, she's right there in the room with us.
Yeah, I know. She's just a little.
Am I a bit much?
Nah, I'm just tired. I'm sorry.
You can be honest. I don't mind.
I mean, let's be fair. To most people, he is a lot. I mean, I'm very much an outlier on that front.
I was hoping to talk to you about Black Potentia.
Why?
How to deal with it.
In what manner?
I understand that Black Potentia is the soul. It's it's part of trauma. It's what else we got? It's like the first thing that kind of, it's like the center of your soul. What am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that I need to protect IQ and and I figured you're the one to come to ask about that.
I could, yes.
What exactly are you asking for in the first place here? Are you trying to have it not infect the rest of you? Are
That
you
would be
trying
ideal.
to harness it?
No, I'm not
Are you
trying to harness it now. No, I just understand that it is a part of me now. So I want to protect the rest. And I was thinking I could do the Leah thing that Skippy does.
Why?
It's an option. It's the only thing I know for now, and it's just an option.
Oh, you mean her technique, not the actual foci.
Correct.
Practice.
Right. I know. I'm walking my own path. That's hers.
So she's trying to not go full Black Potentia, is what I'm hearing.
Correct. I'm trying not to.
Well, if you'd like, I could assist.
I would very much like so.
But I'd like to ask you a few questions first.
Of course.
What are you so afraid of?
Ezekiel?
No, not what or who you're so afraid of. What are you so afraid of? Also, context. Talking.
What am I so afraid of from my trauma I could have?
Yes. Also, why are you so afraid of Black Potentia? Just like any dangerous substance, as long as you know it, shouldn't be too much of a problem, right?
As long as I know it. I'm afraid of Black Potentia because I need balance. And if the Black Potentia takes over all of my person, then I can't walk my path.
Well, I'd like to call bullshit. You don't need balance. Nothing about you is balance. Not a single bit. You are
No, I meant the balance of both positive and negative.
duality, two sides of the same coin, but right now they're two shorn sides of two different coins.
Oh,
You
how
have
so?
hardly any control over it at all. It controls you. So there's not real balance, nor have you really sought balance. You've sought to divide yourself into two and extrapolate how far that duality can be pushed while still being you, or
Right.
at least somewhat you. So I'm not that entirely convinced that's actually truth. But who am I to know?
I think you're a good judge of character.
I'm a terrible judge of character. I always see the bad in people.
It's still a good judge of character, though, even if you see only the bad.
Good judge of character will be able to point out people's strengths.
As well. You're right. I maybe just half, then. Half good.
I know evil very well, but I've alienated myself from what is actually best about our people, and I don't feel comfortable with dealing with people who are good. Because
Am I a
it
good
puts me
person?
on edge. No, you're a terrible person.
Excellent. No, I'm nice sometimes, right?
I mean,
you have a mask. You have a pretty little mask, and you smile through it. But underneath is a shark.
I would have to disagree. Like, alright. A lot of people project that onto Jakie because that's what they want to see of a vice-based commander. But I'm not going to lie to you, Jakie. I don't see you as a shark. I see you somebody who's willing to fight and kill to defend their friends. But that's very different from being a shark. That's at least my perspective. Sharks are more like Knicks. Always circling, snapping, and going for what they want.
And the nicest cuts and the largest cuts of meat. Freshest meat.
And not caring a damn if anybody else has a piece.
I admire that.
I think you're more of like a lioness guarding a pride. You worry about making sure everybody has something. All the little cubs that you're in charge of have what they need.
It's the worst job.
At least that's the perspective I've gotten of you. I could always be wrong. Maybe there's more going on in your head that is more duplicitous than what I've seen from you.
You see, Jakie, this is why they're an investigator, and I'm a weapon. Because that's probably more right than my assessment will ever be.
Honestly, couldn't say, because it's dependent on what's in Jakie's head.
I don't know. Nanites are confusing, especially since you haven't organized them to the maximum efficiency yet.
That's correct. I still need to.
Chaos is hard to read.
I still need to know a little bit more about myself. Internal awareness is something I've been trying to work on.
Yes, but once you are eternally aware and then are now organized, you are a lot easier to read. If you don't know how you want to be, then how the hell am I supposed to know what you're up to?
What do you think of my assessment, though, Jakie? Because how you view yourself is important.
I don't think I view myself as a lion, but that's from your perspective compared to mine.
Then
It is. That's why the question was, what's your perspective on yourself?
My perspective on myself is, I don't know, it's hard to put you on the spot like that, but I feel like I am conflict, and I'm someone who very much cares about the people that's important to her. And I'm also someone who wants to believe in herself. Someone who thinks she can be better than what she is currently.
So what are you then?
What are you?
I said shark. She said lioness.
What do you
keep with the animal analogy? Come on.
What do you currently see yourself as? Because that's a very that's a very it's important to know where you're starting to be able to actually tell where you're going.
Right.
Because if you have no idea who you are right now, how the hell are you actually going to change yourself into somebody else?
Well, he's already doing that. The two halves thing that he's got going.
Sort of. It's a good start.
Well, at least he's not doing the dual cultivation method, where you split your soul in half, have to cultivate two things at the same time, and then try and somehow mash them back together.
That sounds insane. Why would you do that?
Because you can every time you cultivate an inner technique, you get 2, 1 for each discipline, no matter what. And then the outer ones, it's the same, 2 for the price of 1.
Pretty good.
The inevitable hunt for power at the sacrifice of everything else.
It only works if you're a black practitioner.
Back on topic, though.
I see myself, if we're speaking about animals, I see myself not as a lioness, not as a shark. Not as a snake, not as a wolf. I already have the timber wolf for that.
Listen to her thinking so hard about an existential question.
Problem with existential questions. Shakes up the foundation of your emotional state.
And yet they're some of the most important questions to be able to answer, even if you're only answering for your own self and nobody else.
If it... Putting doubt within my path is hard, because the more I struggle with what I want, the farther away I get. Does that make sense?
What do you want?
I want to know an animal she's picked first before we go to that next question. Stop getting ahead of ourselves. This is the good part.
You're right. You're right. What animal do you picture as yourself?
I picture myself as a hippo.
No, I agree. Some of the most savage creatures out there. Heavyweight.
They're territorial.
But, also cute.
In their own way, yes.
In their own way, right?
And then they poop, and then they fan it all over the place.
If you're the big kid on the block, everyone gets to smell your shit, whether they like it or not.
Sometimes it'll be on their face.
I like your answer a lot.
It's a good answer.
It's a good answer, yeah. All right, now we can ask the next existential question. Where are the rest of your goobers here? Your followers,
Of the squad?
That's what they're called today. Okay, squad.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the monkeys?
Yes, the monkeys.
Right.
Wait, would that make me a monkey?
I'm gonna look at her for a second, taking it very seriously as a question before. Nah, you're too clever.
I don't know what Cody's up to. I think I saw him on base not too long ago. But last time I checked, he was at the he went to shipyards.
He's been in and out.
Yeah, it's a nice aspect of teleportation, I suppose. It's been nice.
He's been doing private business mostly.
Nyx is up to no good, of course.
Have to give me an aneurysm.
Well, go get him. I want to ask him tough questions, and I want to know what animal he is.
Are we about to assign personas to everybody?
No. I've rather latched onto this idea, and I want it answered. Consider it an unnecessary, irrational fixation of something unimportant.
Speaking of personas, did you get me that key book yet?
Oh, I mean, that's just in my library. It's not hard to get a key book, as it turns out. If you know the right
Was
people.
it worth learning?
She wants it.
Then do it.
The key book, if I remember correctly, has a bunch of different animals, right?
Yeah,
And
it was
animal style.
It It's like the crane technique and the da-da-da technique, all that.
Nix, you're sent a private message.
Uh,
what
if,
animal are you?
If only
would you
Nix was
consider
still
yourself?
here.
But
Yeah, he's
he
gone.
left.
He's long
Left a
gone.
while ago.
Oh.
And apparently, what the fuck?
Excuse me.
Apparently, they're trying to get me to. They're just trying to assign me a fucking shift tonight.
That sucks.
Hey, if you need to go, you need to go.
Well, the problem is I haven't fucking slept today.
That is an issue.
Because I was trying to stay up so that tomorrow I can have a normal fucking sleep schedule because I'm leaving fucking Thursday.
Right.
And I'm trying to decide what I want to do because my brain's a bit fuzzy at the moment. And they want me to be at work fucking 4 hours.
Yeah, it's not a lot of sleep.
I hate this fucking job sometimes. It's fine when my schedule's actually open for shit. It's fine when I can just, when I can be Johnny on the spot for this type of shit. But then it's like tonight where I'm like, I have fucking plans of what I'm going to do so I can fucking survive goddamn a drive to fucking Florida, which is going to be 20 odd hours. Well, it's going to be between 16 and 20 hours, but, I don't.
Hey, better than California. You're still in California.
Yeah. No, that's about the same amount of time for that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Actually, I think 24, 26 hours.
Okay.
At least from where I live to here.
It's about 30 hours from where I am.
The big thing is that I've got shit. See, the thing is, they're fucking they were messaging me trying to fucking get me to work this shift, and I hadn't been answering because I was pretending I was a fucking asleep, because I don't want to fucking work tonight. And now they're just trying to assign it straight to me, and I'm like, what fucking asshole move is that? Especially since I didn't get off work this morning until 7 a.m.
On the plus side, we got some downtime actions done with you, so that's really good.
Whatever. I'm gonna get off because I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do now. Because I bet this means at best I'm gonna have a fucking 2-hour nap before a shift, and I'm wondering if I'm just gonna fucking call in and be like, I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah, just tell them you haven't slept. That's pretty big. I don't.
Except then they'll know I was ignoring their fucking calls.
Or you could say you've only slept 3 hours.
Say you were ignoring them, you could literally say, "Hey, I was in the middle of something. Sorry I didn't get back to you." But
yeah,
hey, what's this about?
I don't fucking know. My brain's shot right now is the problem.
Well, that means you probably should just do what you thinking. Just say fuck it. Get some extra sleep in.
I don't fucking know. I'm getting off right now because either way I'm getting off because my brain I'm very frustrated right now. When I'm tired and frustrated, it's not a good combination. So I'm just gonna hop off for now. We can try and finish DTA shit tomorrow.
All right, I'll be up for it.
If they try to fucking message me at all tomorrow about anything, I'm just gonna flat out tell them no.
Yeah, you might as well.
But I have to decide what I'm going to do tonight, and I'll talk to you guys later.
See you later. That sucks. I will end the session.